You're listening to For Better and Worse with Jess and Rach.
Hi, Rach.
Hi, back in the stew.
This is where we belong.
I like it here.
Let's keep it real. This is where we belong.
I like it here.
Sorry for making all the switch ups on you guys for as far as
The tube community.
the tube commune.
The tube commune. You guys are growing by the day. We love to see it.
Yeah, but I am trying to redo this space, even though Rach doesn't.
You go for it.
Okay.
I mean,
It's kind of the same. I got some ideas. I'll give to you.
I'm happy to have you.
Okay, good.
Okay.
How are you, Rach? Let's do a little menti health check-in.
I'm good. Mental health check-in. I'm good. I don't know if it's like my season is just like around the corner and I don't feel like I'm finished the season that I'm currently working on, like work-wise, wedding-wise. So that's been a bit of a bummer because I'm like, when are you going to get a break? Oh, never? Great. That sounds like fun for you. But it's all just motivation to like take into this year of like, get your shit together. Don't be postponing on editing. Get a gallery, deliver a gallery.
In other words, what we like to say here in the FB+W community, tighten up.
Tighten up. We got to get that TTP out and we got to rip roar ready to go it.
And TTP stands for, if you don't know, Team Tight Pussy.
Yep.
And that's us. That's what we like to call ourselves.
And all of you are honorary members if you would like to be a part of that community as well.
If you're Team Tight Pussy,
Let us know.
tap in. Let us know if you want to be a part of 2022 Team Tight Pussy, because we're tightening up this year, guys.
And
that means Kegels. Yeah. That means
I don't understand Kegels. When I was talking to my friend Morgan about this, I was like, and I mean, this is getting too TMI. I don't understand how to like hold it. I can like flex it. I can go, but like,
I think that's what it is.
No, Morgan said you should be able to hold something there.
Like if you were to put like a little egg in there, you should be able to.
Yeah. No, I'm like, I would egg drop. You know,
I would egg drop.
I would egg drop for sure.
I think I got a good hold on it.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm making a weird face because I'm trying to do it now. Am I squeezing butt cheeks or am I or am I
pulsating my butthole?
Yeah.
Or am I
pulsating flats? I don't know.
One of the lines that I think you missed during our episode last week that I listened back to, and I locked eyes with Josh when I said it because he was in the kitchen, is when you're talking about when you asked me, do you sleep
naked?
Without your underwear on or whatever. And I was like, oh no, I'll do tits out. I won't do lips out. And you didn't hear it.
Oh my God, we do that a lot. That's really funny.
I know.
No lips out.
Josh and I were Josh looked at me. He was like, oh my God.
That's a good one.
But yeah, lots has been happening at the Roche-Pridemore house. Basement flooded. It's no longer flooded. We've solved the issue. There are bright blue tubes coming out of our house to direct it towards the road.
Nice.
In a temporary fix. So, you know, we love when there's a reason for something. And what are you going to do?
Problem is solved.
I'm not going to focus on it.
You know what? That's what we have people out here doing for us, you know? Like a Rick.
Yes, we have connections over here.
That's
we're
all
happy
you
to
need.
have it.
You know, minor inconvenience. Water out of the basement, if you will.
Yeah, instead of water under the bridge.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for understanding.
I was picking up your.
It was off the top of the dome. I did my best.
Another snag we ran into, and I've done this once before. I don't know when we're gonna catch on to like hide a key, but Josh and I locked ourselves out of the house yesterday.
This isn't the first time.
No, I locked myself out because, and I did take my keys with me, but I'd forgotten that I gave Madison my key, and it, but she came and rescued me. But no, it was like 9:30, rockin' barley, and I like convinced him to come with me around the whole block to do a whole block walk.
Let's block walk it.
And Yeah, I'm like, she needs a little exercise. What the hell are we doing?
Let's get a little serotonin.
Yeah, let's get it going. So I walk outside first with Barley, and I turn around and I say, like, I don't have my keys. He goes, what? Shuts the door. I said, I don't have my keys, babe.
Do you guys, you have to find the one window that doesn't lock.
Well,
that's what we do. We hop that shit always.
Let me tell you. We call my mom, who has a spare key, but she also happens to live 25 minutes away. But we're going all the way around the block, and I'm like looking at Josh. I'm like, you're handling this well. We're kind of laughing about it. I'm like, is this growth? Is this, because like as soon as he shut the door, I was like, you're kidding. Yeah. You're kidding. You're absolutely kidding with me. He goes like, I didn't hear you, And so he's acting all cool. We're like halfway around the block. He goes, we got to get back there, babe. I'm getting worried. We got to get back there. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Mental breakdown. 3, 2, 1. But we get back to the house, and sure enough, one of our windows was unlocked. Side note about that window, Herschel also tried to escape out that window.
Her cat.
A lot has been going on. A lot of interesting things. So we have this like dog crate outside. It's not ours. I don't believe in caging animals outside, but anyway, he hoists me up onto that. And he's cracking up, like fully
good, enjoying the moment, finding the humor in things, which is really hard for these men.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm nose diving into my house, sliding in. Herschel's trying to get out. I'm like, ah! It's like a whole scene. And then I like go in and I let him in the breezeway, and he dangles his keys in front of my face. He goes, got your ass.
No way.
And I looked at him like,
wait, we did not go through all of this. You took the joke way too far.
I was in my new Abercrombie jeans that I bought for our engagement session this weekend, and I said, I was like, if I rip these jeans, I'll never forget.
He took it too far.
Oh my God. I was like, I felt like Winston and New Girl. I'm like, that's too big.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm in shock. He goes, are you mad? And I was like, I just don't know why that was necessary. Because it's like to the point where I'm like, I can't even laugh at this.
Yeah, it's past the point.
But I'm also like, you did this for what?
For what?
You did this for what?
For what?
And he was like, if the window was locked, I would have come clean.
You should have come clean before I hobbled my ass.
But he was like, when we got, he was like, when I had the opportunity to hoist your ass through a window, he goes, I couldn't pass it up. In the way that
I get it.
He gleefully was like, got your ass.
Oh my God. That's funny though. I will give him props for that being funny. Do I think he took the joke too far? Yes. But also like, I kind of would like to see you kind of hobble through a window as well.
I mean, I knew, like looking back on all the signs, I was like, you were too relaxed.
Yeah. Should have known.
You were too chill. You were too go with the flow. I was like walking around the block. I was like, babe, no one else I'd rather get locked out of the house with.
You were trying, of course. That's what we do. We try to make light of the situation.
But he was
already light. He already knew.
Because I was like,
what a prankster.
I mean, truly at his core, apparently, he is a prankster. So that, a lot of ins, a lot of outs.
Yeah.
What about you? What have you been up to?
Not shit. I mean,
getting taxes done.
I've been productive. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I just can't talk about on the pod.
Yeah.
Quite yet. But I mean, we're getting ready for vacay. I will say that.
Yeah.
We're heading to Charleston soon to celebrate Joe's cousin's wedding, which I happen to be shooting. My sister Britt is going to be joining me on the vacay.
Nice.
It's going to be fun. It's a good little meetup situation. We have a house right on the beach. We plan to be doing nothing but getting wasted and beach volleyball and all things vacation. I can't tell you the last time I went on like a legit beach vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Like very, very, very long time. Mm-hmm. Like childhood. So looking forward to that. I think getting ready for that, packing the bags, getting excited.
Okay.
I have nothing to look forward to. I'm 7 and I need things to look forward to. So like I'm hitting the mark of like a week and a half where like I can really start to get ready. But yeah, other than that, things have been, you know, chill. I've been productive, getting the taxes done, trying to get things in order to meet with a mortgage broker. We're going to take next steps. Hot dog, diving in. I'm about to dive into this shit.
Good. Proud of you.
Could be super stressful. Could be super fun. Could be a little bit of both.
Yeah, it's going to be both.
Gonna hope for the best. But I do have some hot topics to talk about.
Okay.
If you want to dive in.
Yeah.
I saw this on TikTok and I think it'd be perfect for us.
Okay.
And this is your best case weed circle, people you want in your weed circle, or your nightmare weed circle. People you would love to have a little smoke sesh with, and people you wouldn't. And I'm going to let you think on that for a minute while I tell you.
Yeah.
I think it was easier for me to get my best case, like my crew. My crew that we're going to be toking and smoking with. I know I see the wheels turning, so I'm going to let you think in it while I tell you mine. Best case, best weed circle ever. And I guess I'll give you reasons why. Some might be self-explanatory and some might not. So my first two are Kevin James and The Rock. Something about that friendship has me in tears, okay? Has me in tears because they're equally
Kevin
funny.
James meaning Paul Blart Mall Cop, right?
Kevin James. Oh, I'm sorry. Kevin Hart.
Okay.
I was going with... Maybe I was thinking Kevin James, too, because he's funny, too.
Yeah.
He's actually on standby. I'm
Okay.
going to... Kevin Hart. I'm sorry.
I was like,
Excuse me,
I
guys.
didn't even know that they were friends.
No. Kevin James is really funny, but no, for the sake of the friendship, it's definitely Kevin Hart and The Rock.
Okay,
Dwayne Johnson. Because their friendship is actually really funny. Kevin Hart, he was on the fence for me for a while because, like, are you too much?
Yeah.
You know, we can't have, like, too much funny in the group. But, like, I think he can be subtle about things, and the way he talks, I think I would just be cackling.
Yeah. And The Rock is clearly the alpha in that situation.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
He's going to hold it down.
Yeah.
You know, and especially for me, I have not engaged in the marijuana in a very long time because when last few times I did, I just paranoid as fuck.
I'm not a schmalker.
But we have.
Yeah.
So we come from experience. And I did enjoy it in the times that I did. Okay. Next up on the list. Adam Sandler. Self-explanatory. I think he offers a little bit of comic relief, but also like a lot of comfort. Like he's like a meh character. I put him in there because like, why not? To say that I did would be cool. Okay, this is a given. This was like, first off, I already knew he was like top number one pick was Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Do I need to explain? Not really. Loves the ganja, and
my list is so much different than yours.
And I find him very attractive. Okay, and my last up, he has passed, but this is all
Mac
hypothetical.
Miller.
Who?
Mac Miller.
No, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
I know I went with a real funny crew, but I think all of them together would be pretty iconic. And then I was thinking, I completed this list and I was like, yeah, that sounds good. I kind of like this circle. And I was like, am I a guy's girl or what? I was like, why did I not put any women in here? And I was like, that is really weird. And I'm like thinking of celebrities. I'm thinking of people like, they don't always have to be celebrities too. And I was like, you know what? My friend Danielle. I was like, I have smoked enough weed with this girl that like literally anyone else, not everyone else of my friends would freak me out. But I was like, we would always just laugh. Like it was never paranoia with her. It was always just like,
always good times.
It was always like respectful of the food move with her.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. Like I need a woman who's just going to hold it down and like look at me and check in on things, but also down to clown.
Yeah.
And it would be Danielle. That's my lineup.
Okay.
And I also want to go nightmare weed circle with you.
Okay.
But I want to hear the people you need.
Okay. Well, the first person that came to mind was Michelle Obama.
We're going out. Okay.
And then while I have Michelle Obama, I think what dynamic would I love to see blossom from that? So throw in Cardi B. Because would love to meet her, would love to see who she is, not on social media, would also love to see how Michelle Obama would react in those situations with Cardi B. As I would imagine shenanigans would ensue.
Absolutely.
Really, my whole thing is like, I just want to be a fly on the wall for these interactions.
Same.
I don't anticipate to participate
Yeah.
I just want it to be some good time gals.
I love you're going straight girls and I went straight dudes.
Yeah.
This
Amy
is great.
Poehler, couldn't resist adding Amy Poehler into that mix because she's she's a comedian, but she's also, very like socially active, right? So I feel like her and Michelle would really vibe, and I think she'd play off Cardi really well. And then Doja Cat.
For the entertainment, of course.
Oh my
She's also very funny.
Very, very funny.
Down to earth. Her TikTok's hilarious.
All of these women are so intelligent. It's beyond me. And let's see. Let's throw Barack in there too. Just for the good times.
Just for the secrets. just for the conspiracies alone. I
also just want to see Barack and Michelle together in an intimate moment. Just a real moment.
Yeah. I saw those and then I was like, I can't handle the pressure. I thought about the Obamas.
Yeah, you have to.
But then I thought of another duo who was Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson.
Potato, tomato.
I think they're one and the same at that point. No, but that's a solid lineup.
But I also think Michelle Obama has been on my mind lately because on one of my run playlists, it's Michelle Obama, over my hand, doing no bad. It's a song. I don't know what the song is, but it comes on my mix.
Okay.
And I'm always like, yeah, Michelle Obama.
So she's just heavy on the mind right now.
Yeah, she is.
As she should.
She's in the playlist rotation.
Okay, good one. So opposite. Yeah, I had no idea. And that can change. Your circle can change. But it was harder for me to think of my nightmare.
Yeah, I want some inspo.
And I have two.
Okay.
I have two people. And that's all I could think of on my drive here. And when I think of more, I'll let you guys know. And the first one was Vicky from the Fairly Odd Parents.
So we're not even...
No, they could be fictional.
Okay.
Like, definitely not. She's a snitch. She's always been a snitch for real. Like, she's paranoid as fuck. Am I right? Like, absolutely.
She's always been a snitch for real.
That's not what we want in the group.
No, it's true.
I also thought someone I don't want in my circle, Shane from Love is Blind. I know you don't know.
Yeah.
But he's crazy. He's crazy. He would also elevate the party and be like, where are we going next with this? He's too anxious for me to even sit or to watch on TV. So like to sit.
Yeah.
Any anxious energy is not welcome.
Okay.
You know what? So a lot of people on TikTok put Joey King in their nightmare.
People be hating on her.
Why? Just because you can't see past that she's not fucking what's that character she played?
Gypsy Rose.
Yeah, everyone thinks she's just Gypsy Rose. Like just because of the character she plays.
Isn't she like Ramona and Beezus? Like she's been around for
a
long time, and she also dated Nate from Euphoria. Fun fact, because they were in the kissing booth together, which I watched on a plane once, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay,
I have seen Nate on an interview. And I've never been more attracted to a man.
You've seen what you needed to see?
He has an accent, and he's nervous boy energy. Nothing hotter than that. Nothing hotter than you not knowing you're hot.
He's hot, yeah.
Oh, I will say this, a current event. I did say I went to go see The Batman.
I want to see that. Was it good?
It was good. I'll give you a little rundown.
How was Robert
No
Pattinson?
No spoilers. But my takeaways are it was entirely too long.
Yeah.
It was entirely too long.
DC movies be like that.
It was a lot. Robert Pattinson absolutely killed it. I think I love The Dark Knight. I love the dark route that we're taking on these Batmans. I love dark and mental health and all of this new, less campy vibe. It was good. I mean, it was very badass. I think the takeaway was like, what a cinematic experience. Overall, very good. That's what I did. I went out to I crashed Joe's guys night.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
must happen every once in a while.
It was fine. I thought it was just a weird one of those things. Like I'm going out with me and my brothers to go see the Batman.
You know what I did?
And I was like, okay.
You know what I did?
What?
On bar with that? My God, I can't believe I almost missed my opportunity. Went bowling.
A pastime. That is always cool.
Went bowling.
I love bowling.
With Garrett and Jenna.
A double date.
And their friends, a couple of their friends. And it was It was so fun. Still awkward. Bowling it's a very weird thing because, you know, like you get one strike and you're like, this is my night. And then you gutter ball straight next time.
There's no skill required. It's straight luck.
Yeah.
Bowling's always just been that way.
I'm a lot better than Josh. Josh is...
Tomatoes.
Oh, he's not good at bowling. Okay.
That's okay.
But
it's hard.
It's good. You gotta be humble in some ways.
You gotta find the right grip.
Yeah.
And the right weight.
Yeah.
The flick of it's in the flick of the wrist.
Yeah.
And the flick of the wrist.
The other guys in the group were doing like the palm in it. You know, like real manhandle.
Chill on that.
But Josh,
chill.
No.
Joe's like the arm. You know the energy Joe brings to the bowling alley, and
my God.
It's always extra. Okay.
But similarly to watching reality TV, okay, because the only person I could think of at this time was a contestant in a past season of the show that Josh and I've been watching, Survivor. Have you ever fucking heard of it?
Yeah, it's been around for 20 fucking years.
It is riveting television.
Joe and I dabbled a bit.
I have no idea. I'd never seen it. I was like, this is crazy.
But how much is it real and how much is fake? That's what I want to know.
But this is the thing. It's a game, and they talk about it like it's a game. So I have no doubt that it's I mean, people lose a lot of weight on the show, like whatever. But also the producers, you are not allowed to wear any survival gear. Because I'm over here, I'm like, why would someone wear a blazer to the fucking jungle? Why is Mary Sue got a Victoria's Secret bra on? None of this makes sense. I'm like, so I of course Googled it. I Googled, why do people on Survivor dress like idiots? And the producers choose their outfits. I'm like, the fact that some of these people be out here wearing jeans, that would be bad news. And then that's why they're always in like their underwear and random like bras, because it's like 1,000,000 degrees out.
Well, that I feel like I remember them just seeing in like, I thought they get gear. They get like swag, like Survivor swag.
No, they only get a buff. They only get a buff.
That's it.
Yeah, which some girls wear as like tube tops.
So when I watched, Joe and I dabbled for a few seasons. We were on like a kick of it.
Yeah.
A few years back. And we were talking about techniques, right? When you get on the island, what's your technique? What are you going for? Like, what kind of personality you're going to have on the island with these?
Yes, because it's a mental game. These people be playing mental games.
And I was like, I really am going to go in and just keep it real with people. And I was like, I'm going to befriend a lot of people. And, like your clique is just going to accumulate on its own. And I said that, I was like, why are we, I feel like there's unnecessary drama on the island. And I was like, why can't we just be, he's like, Jess, immediately you're off the island with that, with that attitude. Yeah. I was like, ELE.
I actually feel like Joe would do really well.
Oh, he would.
He would do really well in Survivor.
Also because he's always just like calculated with like what he says in his arguments.
Yeah.
You ever tried dating a lawyer? You ever tried arguing with a lawyer? Your point is not valid. Shut up.
But anyway, there's only 2 seasons on Netflix. Mm-hmm. Season 16 and season 37. And so we watched season 37.
Why are those so isolated?
I think they're like very
best of the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're like top tier. So granted, I feel like I've watched a really good season, but Angelina would never want to smoke weed with her. Okay. Would never want to be in the same. I'm just like, and I feel judgmental, and I feel like, should be supporting women supporting women.
International Women's Day.
But she's just like the kind of person that like has a praise kink and just like loves, like, for example, she bartered to get more rice with Jeff, who is like the host of the show, who, I'm sorry, I don't think starvation was ever on the fucking table. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe starvation is on the table. I don't know. But so she bartered, and basically she gave up something, a chance at immunity for the next whatever. She would not let that go. And like, there's a point in the season where parents come and they get to like see them. Mm-hmm. In the first, she gave her mom a hug. She goes, "Mom, I got rice for the whole entire group, and it's just like, girl,
you did one thing.
if you did a selfless act, make it a selfless act.
Right.
Just like,
Boo,
boo.
tomatoes.
So I was like, I just can't. But I won't give any more spoilers because I want you guys to watch it. Watch it. It's a great show. And I thought Survivor and Fear Factor were kind of the same thing.
No, not even close.
It's riveting.
Once you get in and you learn the characters, that's like any reality
Josh
show,
and I are gonna, and we said Josh and I are gonna watch the new season when it comes out. And I'm like, oh, but then we have to wait week to week, and we were like, maybe that's healthy. Having all these bingeable shows,
I know.
We gotta
but I will
slow
say,
down.
People are steering away from that now. Like all new shows are coming out week to week to week to week, and it's like, damn, I forgot what this feels like. But I, like I said, I enjoyed watching Euphoria that way because as you were catching up, you were like, this is not bingeable, and it wasn't, and it shouldn't be because it's a lot to process, and that's why I like that shows are kind of going back
I think the most episodes I've watched of Euphoria in a row is 2.
That's all you can handle. Maxed out.
I'm still like, I'm on the season finale now.
Yeah.
Take it 5 minutes at a time.
Maxed out.
Really gotta digest it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot of thoughts in Euphoria, but we can move on to the meat because
we must.
All right, Jess, what do we got on the docket this week?
The meat. Beat the meat.
Beat the meat.
Beat the meat. What did we call it?
Do's and don'ts for getting married in 2022.
Yeah, and I struggle with this because I didn't want to be repetitive.
Yeah,
because
I tried to think of new things.
Yeah, so did I. I mean, call them tip of the dicks. I mean, it's a new year, guys, and things have changed. Culture has changed. Weddings will change forever, and I think it's just now that Rach is going into wedding planning and we're entering into a new year, let's just refresh on any one of our listeners who's planning a wedding or kind of on the fence about things to kind of revisit some tip of the dicks, do's and don'ts for weddings of 2022.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
Cool. So let's start off with you, Rach. Okay. I am mine are generic, but also pretty detailed. So,
should you want to do or a don't?
Don't.
Okay. My first don't is let's not with the oversized heavy bouquets. This is going out to brides. This is also going out to florists. I think for a while they were really in fashion, like these huge, like massive bouquets. Mm-hmm. But then it's also like, nobody wants to hold it.
Yep.
Nobody wants to hold that bouquet. And so like when I reached out to my friend who's going to do florals for my wedding, I was like, just a little guy. Like I was like, make it whimsy, make it like full. But I was like, by no means do I want a 5 to 10 pound weight with me all day.
Yeah.
And some of them are like, you said this because like truly like.
I was very lucky to say that first off with florists, like I don't know how detailed florists are. I love my florist, but like we didn't talk about size or weight of my bouquet. I just showed up.
Yeah.
But you know what? I was very lucky. I'm very lucky to have large hands, and I was very lucky to be a tall.
Yeah.
Well, it really fit my body well. But I would say
when you handed it
when
off
I handed
to
it off to someone who was a fourth of me, it was like, and some brides are, I guess like know who it is, like.
Yeah. Like I want to be like carrying my bouquet like,
very
around.
Nonchalantly.
Yeah. And so it's like
it doesn't have to be a big old thing.
It does not. And I would say like especially if you like flowers and you anticipate to want a lot of like your bouquet in a lot of your photos, make sure it's something that you can physically carry with you throughout the day, Mm-hmm. So that's one of my don'ts.
I love
Don't get a big old thing cuz you don't need it.
I like that. Mine are a bunch of do's.
Okay.
I think mine's were TOTDs.
All right.
On my end. I mean, there are some don'ts in here.
Okay.
This is specifically to 2022, just because we're in the wedding boom. of the century, and it's don't wait to book. Don't wait to book. But I guess this kind of goes with like being flexible in 2022 because things are booking up. Everything is already booked up. I'm just gonna tell you that now. And a lot of things in wedding planning are out of your control. So consider all your options and don't be sad if you don't get your dream whatever. My dream venue. It's like your heart was set on. It's like, no.
Yeah.
The wedding industry is billions and billions of dollars. And there's so many other things out there like hidden gems. Yeah. Like uncut gems. I just had to. Every time I see
everything is a TikTok
everything bit. When I hear gems, I'm like, uncut gems. No, but like Rach's venue is like the biggest uncut gem. It is a hidden gem. Like you can create that vision anywhere. So just trust that and like be flexible with vendors.
Well, and what I was saying to you, and I think was it you and Madison, or maybe it was Jerry. I don't remember, but I was saying because you said you got an inquiry for 2024, and I was saying red flag for me. And then you said it was like, well, with some of these venues, like they're booking up for 2023 already. And I'm like, any person that puts that much of a priority on the physical location of their wedding, it's just a red, like it's a pink flag. Okay. It's not a hard red, but
if
it's
they're hard set on, I'm saying be flexible here. But you could tell my advice to go to hell. Yeah. That's just me. And that's you personally saying like, that would never be for me, or like that personality too is not something I would jive with.
Like, granted, they're having people like, I guess if like you're in med school or law school or whatever, you're engaged, you don't want to get married till that's over. Like everybody's got a story, but like I've had people inquire with me for like 3 years, 2.5 years in advance because they're 20 years old and they're still in college. And I'm like,
that's the red flag you don't want.
But it's like, I don't know. If you prioritize your venue over like actually starting your life with someone and you're at a point where you can start your life with someone, I'm just like, I feel like you're putting too much pressure on what the day looks like and not enough
how it feels.
On how it feels or the marriage in general. I'm like, everybody's got a vision, but like, I think like when I talk about like planning our wedding, like my vision is based on feelings alone. Like totally different. I think we'll do an episode dedicated to like how my second wedding will be different. And a lot of people kind of like ask for that when we put out the story or whatever. But yeah, with the booking vendors, I am still getting inquiries for 2022.
Same.
And it's
I mean, you could try. try. I mean,
granted, I'm a 2022 bride and I just got engaged, but like, I don't know. I've got the ins. Like, I feel like I have the privilege to do that where like I have people kind of that are my close friends.
Yeah.
In my back pocket. Yeah.
Right. In a smaller wedding. But I guess from that takeaway too, like we have someone who, just went through her wedding and you about to go through your second, just like take that as like things that we have already learned. Yeah. Like, especially you being like focused more on the marriage more than the wedding. Yeah. And like, that's hard to hear. And when you have a vision and you want it to be perfect, but like, take it from us. Take a peek.
I mean, never forget one of the most beautiful weddings that we shot at that one dope venue. You second shot for me. And the bride literally was having a panic attack the entire day.
Yeah,
the day was gorgeous.
Everything was
her
perfect.
Dress was beautiful. Flowers were beautiful. She was beautiful. The venue was beautiful. Everything was great.
That marriage wasn't going to last.
Oh, 2 weeks later. 2 weeks later, they separated.
She knew it walking down the aisle. And that was like so apparent. It was like, we didn't know if she was like naturally anxious, which I think she was, but it was also like, she knew the marriage was going to fail. Like, what the fuck?
And she owned, she was like, I was so excited to kind of like, to make the Pinterest a reality.
Yeah. Don't get caught up in that. You'll
reality check yourself.
Take a fucking peek. Okay, Rach, what do you got?
I'll do a do. Okay. Do get a cheap dress or romper to dance in if your dress is like too heavy or too hot or you don't want to get it dirty or whatever reason. I just feel like every bride I know that has done that has just had so much more fun. Like, and I think it was also just a mindset shift. Like, okay, like the main dress coming off, like my fun, like my personality's coming out.
Yeah, it's another chance to show yourself, right?
And
another chance to express yourself.
Emphasis on the cheap. Like, I'm not saying get a $1,000 situation. I'm saying get
$50 romper.
Go on Lulu's. Go to.
Hey, I have one if anyone wants one. I was gonna change into one and didn't.
Oh, really? Cute. Did you wear it to
It was like a sparkle romper. Never wore it to anything.
Oh my god. Well,
because my dress was made by Nike.
Your dress was comfortable.
It was made by fucking Nike. I could have ran a marathon in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not made by Nike, but it could may as well have been. It was as comfy as all fuck. Dirty, but that didn't bother me. Look, I was in the middle of the woods, so
no. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I had a bride once. I think I've told this story. I tell the story to people all the time when they're dress shopping. It was like this beautiful silk gown, long train. Bustles don't work. If you can take anything out of this episode, bustles don't hold, they don't stay, and they don't work. So I mean, immediately this bustle broke on this girl's dress, and she's like drunk towards the end of the night. She looks at me. She goes, "Can we cut it? Can we cut it?" And I was like, girl,
you need to cut it.
I was like, I know you didn't buy this dress, or else I would say yes, but your mom will sue me for your emotional damages if I cut your train off. But I'm not kidding. Like, you could feel her dress was easy 20 pounds.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and just dragging behind you. Like, she had had enough.
Funny that, like, I was just like searching the internet about like do's and don'ts 2022 trends and all this stuff, just trying to get some inspo. And everyone's like, bustle's so important. It's like,
they don't hold.
It sucks. It sucks. Like, they don't come with the dress. They're an add-on of like, that's another reason to like ditch the bustle and go for something like another dress. And like you said, something cheap, something Lulu, something fun, something flashy.
The bustles that work, if we're getting technical, are the underneath bustles.
Yeah.
So it's like underneath, but it gives you a poofy butt. Please know that. But any bustles that are clips or buttons or whatever break because
the dress is too heavy.
The dress is too heavy. Someone steps on it because it's still not above the ground. People still step on it. You step on it, whatever. And they're designed to break because the other option is your dress rips. So these buttons pop, these clips pop, these clasps pop, and then you're left with a dress that doesn't fucking bustle. Yeah. So word of the wise.
I like that. I'm here for that too.
Yeah.
Do switch it up. Like, that was I was actually really considering it just to like dress up again or, but also, yeah. I do like it.
But my emphasis was on dresses that you really can't dance in, can't get comfortable in. But your dress was different. I'm curious to see what kind of dress I'm going to end up with.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
No, I guess that is like go comfortability.
Yeah.
Go for what you feel beautiful in. Go. I mean, we've talked about dresses before and we always will just tell you to stay true to you, but you'll know when you know. But also, I could have done 50 other dresses, and I stand by that.
Yeah.
I do. I just don't think that I've ever would have been settled or like had my heart on like one dress.
Yeah.
I'm also like I did go with trends, and I think like people fall. So everyone falls.
I did have someone ask me, because you've alluded to this with your dress, that like, and maybe it was Laura or someone asked, like, so did Jess not like her dress looking back on it? Is it that, or is it more that you felt like it was too expensive, or
no?
Like,
I had always budgeted for spending money. Like, that wasn't it. It was just like, I like so many different style dresses, and like what I had in mind of like styles didn't look right on me. Yeah. And this one really did. So I just think like, I don't know if I wanted to like change my body for it to fit a certain dress, but that never could have happened. I also have a wide variety of style in general. So I think like But I tried on like a lot of dresses, and like none of them, like I don't know, I never had that feeling with the dress. Like my dress was, I look back and I love my wedding. I love my dress. I love the way I looked. I loved everything. So it's like, I don't look back with regret, but
You also weren't like, this is the dress
I'm not
that I'll
obsessed.
die
I'm
in,
by
I'll
no
bury
means
in.
obsessed with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked the way it looked on a hanger more than I liked the way it looked on me, but
Really?
but I didn't hate the way I looked. I loved the way I looked on my wedding, but
It was
know.
perfect. It was perfect.
Maybe it's just like too, looking back, like times have changed since my wedding, and like
Yeah.
and I
think
trend. I like trends, and I like the new style of things. So it's like
I do think that's really hard. But it's so funny because as trends are coming around, I remember like even 10 years ago, whatever, you know, growing up, looking back on the wedding dresses from the 80s, the poofy sleeves, the butt bows, the, you know, all of that, and being like, who would ever wear their mother's wedding dress?
And now everyone wants to.
And now the sleeves are coming back.
The poofy sleeves are back, and I'm obsessed.
I'm obsessed too.
And
but then it's like,
well, I hate it.
you really hate it.
But I think, yes, if you don't go full fucking classic, no risks whatsoever in your wedding, like, meh, that's not you either, because you're doing that for the sake that you look back on your gallery in 10 years and you're like, that was good.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, it's a good guest experience. If you feel like that you like it, go for it.
Yeah. I'm so curious to see what I will end up with. And like,
I have an idea, but also I feel like you can venture out if it feels right and if you look good in it. And
yeah, I'm excited to go dress shopping because I really didn't do that last time. To like see what actually looks good on me.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
Good for you. I feel like you're going with an open mind. It was not my favorite part of wedding planning.
No.
I don't feel great about my arms. Who does? Maybe you with your small ass shoulders, but but not for me. I mean, like I think I've talked about this, but like any dress shopping, like homecoming dress shopping and prom and stuff like that was just always pretty traumatic for me. I mean, traumatic is a harsh word, but I like it never.
Yeah.
And I always left in tears. I was always like,
That's traumatic.
My mom always was like comforting me in the dressing room.
Aww.
Yeah, so it's okay. I've made it through. I'm fine now, but it builds character.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
I'll be in full Spanx.
Oh yeah,
I'll be in.
Absolutely zip me up.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I don't
fucking
need
put a wetsuit on me and then we can go.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I have another do.
All right,
and this will kind of segue into maybe next week's episode, but
okay.
It's review contracts carefully.
Yeah.
I just also, there's a lot of stuff going on with this, but talk to your vendor about contracts. Obviously, if anything we learned from like COVID pandemic, like it's changed a lot in contracts as far as like vendors ourselves. So you just need to make sure on your end as you receiving the service,
being the client,
yes, that you need to know like what's refundable, what's not, what are cancellation and postponement policies. Like there's just a lot of misunderstanding.
And
so
read the contract, like truly, because like we have a friend who like basically something went wrong, like she couldn't deliver everything that was promised. In the contract it outlines what happens when that can't happen, because accidents happen, technological malfunctions happen, and she went above and beyond in delivering a partial refund, which is over delivering, and this bride is pissed off. And it's like, you agreed to the contract though,
right?
So either you didn't read it or you're just upset now, but like legally you don't have any,
you have no ground to stand on.
You have no ground to stand on. And so read your contracts, and like nobody minds answering questions. Like I have a lot of like kind of obscure like things in my contract that aren't like necessarily industry standard. Like I have a guest camera clause, meaning like guests cannot have DSLRs at weddings.
Absolutely.
And I mean, it doesn't exactly say what will happen if they, I mean, it says like,
no, but
I will ask for them to be put away. I mean, I'm not going to chase Uncle James down for the whole night, but it just kind of sets the precedent for me that like, we don't want this to be happening.
No,
it's awkward.
It's so awkward. And it's just, And they can have a little cheapy guy and stand from afar and stay out of my way. Like, I probably won't say anything then. But if it's like someone's over my shoulder trying to get family photos, which is what I did see in a wedding, that it was actually one of my family members that I just recently attended. And I was not the photographer. And I was like, ended up talking to the photographers at some point that night. And I was like, I just have to say I saw that. And you are a better person than me in that situation.
Yeah.
And they were like, we were close. Just like, we don't want to start anything with family members. And I was like, I totally understand. But like, like you had to keep asking that person to back up. I was like, I would be like, no.
People have no idea. But I mean,
you're done.
For sure.
You're done.
Make sure you're protected. Also understand that like professionals have to protect themselves too. Like, more than likely you're dealing with like a solo owned business. Like,
I always say to my clients, I'm like, it protects both of us. Like it's designed to do that. And like, if you have any questions about any wording or anything, just holler at me, because I'm happy to explain it all. Yeah. So just something that I feel like came up with our friend recently that was just like, tighten up, team tight pussy. 2022, read over the contracts, because I've also heard like there's horror stories out there that like fucking shit happens, and you just want to make sure all grounds are covered. Yeah.
And a small note, you do get what you pay for most of the time, which we can get into in another upcoming episode. Okay, so a lot of my don'ts are just like little detaily things, but you don't need to dance to a full 3 to 4 minute song, especially for parent dances.
No.
You don't need all that. It gets awkward. It gets like,
it just gets boring if you value guest experience.
Nobody really enjoys being stared at. I think like you underestimate how long a 3 to 4 minute song is when you're up in front of an audience.
There you go. That part. It's really about like, it's something you may not think about. So we're here to tell you that we see it all the time. And it's like 4 minutes is a long time. And that's not like taking away from that special moment. Believe me, the special moment is there the moment you walk on the dance floor and you just like start dancing like that. You get to live in it. And 4 minutes and 5 minutes is too long.
How many times have we heard what is it? What is that song?
I'm thinking Butterfly Kisses.
Oh, that's a long one too. Is it Leonard Skynyrd?
Oh,
that Simple Man
kind of man. Oh my god, it's always a father. A groom mother dance.
Yeah.
Oh dear me, that Leonard Skynyrd is so long. But hey, choose whatever song you want.
6 minutes. I've sat that whole 6 minutes.
I was at the 6 minutes where the groom sobbed the entire time. Mama's boy. Ooh. And I liked it, and I was there for the emotional capturing of it, but
that's long.
It hit first. It hit the first minute, okay?
Yeah. We get it. Simple man.
You are a simple man.
Mama told me when I was young.
Okay. That's a good one. I don't think people really think a lot about that. But we're here to tell you.
Yeah.
Cut it. You need to cut it.
Cut it down.
Cook it down. Cook it down. Okay. My last one is what we always talk about. So, if you want to keep going, or I'll just finish on mine.
Okay. Yeah, I have a do.
Go for it.
Do have someone meaningful marry you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel this more and more as I edit more and more wedding videos. But it's just so nice when the person marrying you has something personal to say.
Mm-hmm.
And like you can have that moment with the person that's marrying you, but also like it just adds this like added intimacy. Like I've started using the term like intimate weddings beyond like guest count, because I feel like I've been a part of intimate weddings that had 150 people. It's all about how you structure your day and like the meaningful things that are shared and like the time you spend together, and intentionality I think is more intimate than like guest count, because I've also gone to weddings with 40 people that were pretty sterile, pretty dry. So I feel like intimacy goes beyond that. But yeah, I think getting married by someone, having someone officiate, or that can attest to who you guys are as people. Like, that is so nice.
I think like that has become a trend, but now I feel like it should be standard. That's how strongly I feel about that. And having had done it, I've also seen people who want to get married in a church, but also want that intimate ceremony with someone who knows them to marry them. And so they get married at a church on like a Wednesday and have that, and then do the whole wedding gig just like how they want it. So they get the best of both worlds. And one of my couples for this year is actually doing that, and I thought that was really cool.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like best of both worlds. Like, you still want a church wedding, like go do it, and then like do the emotional ceremony.
Yeah.
Or the bit more intentional ceremony after. Yeah. I mean, one of my best decisions I made for my wedding was having my sister officiate, and how she did it, none of us will ever know. I'm telling you, Britt, I'll tell you this story. One time we were doing a fundraiser, way back when we thought we were philanthropists, whatever. We won't talk about it. We were like, we won't stand up for good. And so we were hosting this showing of a movie to spread awareness. And we were going up to libraries to see if we can post these flyers to market it. And she went up to I was doing all the talking, and I'm like, okay, Britt, you got this one. I don't want to do this. So we go up to our hometown library. She goes up to the librarian, and her tongue swelled up. She's like, I thought she was stroking out. It was the most embarrassing moment to this day. And I look at her like, I remember being like, oh my God. And she literally was speaking gibberish. And like, while it was happening in real time, she's like wide-eyeing me. And I'm like, what she means to say is we're hosting a showing of a documentary. Oh my God. It was so embarrassing. And we still talk about it to this day. And we laugh about it. But my armpits were so fucking sweaty from just watching it. So, and when she asked us to officiate our wedding, I'm like, do you not recall the Brunswick Library 2006? Like, what do you mean? And I don't know what happened that day, but I'm telling you, she spoke with confidence, didn't swell up. Tongue was at perfect swell. It was crazy. I mean, it was so funny. It's not to say that we didn't think she could rise to the occasion. Britt, I already know you're listening, but it was like we were absolutely blown away by how in the moment you are with us. Yeah, for sure. So,
and Laura is going to wants to marry us. And I was not always on the team for it because I'm like, how am I going to get through it? Like, Laura and I, we've got a history. We've got a storied past. We've got a storied past. I'm like, how am I going to be able to, like, look at the person that I love most in the world next to the other person I love most in the world and breathe? Be able to physically breathe. But we're gonna fuck around.
You wing it. Literally, adrenaline just comes right in. And I was just elated. Like, the amount of
giggly and just so happy.
I was on cloud 9 the whole day. I think I was just riding the wave.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was the best way to be, truly.
I mean, I think I'm going to be crying, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll give one more don't.
Okay.
And this is just a very kind take a peek, all right? Rethink it, have a thought on it, ponder it. Kids at weddings. Because, and I'm just going to say this, I've never heard of anybody not having kids at their wedding that regretted their choice to not have kids at their wedding. But I have heard of people have kids at their wedding and regret having kids at their wedding.
Yeah.
And I'm all for, get the family pics, have the kids there for a time, and then ski that, okay? You don't want the kids around eating your wedding cake or cupcakes before you do, because they can't resist. These kids are at 100, okay?
They're sliding on their knees to the dance floor over and over, expecting us to act like it's the first time we've seen them do it.
Oh, yeah.
And they're spinning around on the floor on their bellies.
They're little B-boy, B-girls, just be-bopping.
Consistently.
Oh.
And if there's no one on the dance floor, me as a photographer is going to lean in to this. But believe me, we don't want to.
No.
We get what we need to get, and we need to keep it moving. it is cute for a short amount of time, and then it's not.
Yeah, and then it's like parents yelling at their kids.
And the parents are not having a good time.
No.
Depending how old your kids are. You know, I still stand by my decision of having my nephews in. They were also old enough to like answer to requests and be well behaved.
And they're also very, very well behaved children.
They're the best there is.
I agree
you
with
stand
that.
by that.
Yeah.
You told them what to do. You didn't have to tell them twice.
They just look at you like, yeah.
They were also in the pandemic, so they're like, people? What is this?
Yeah.
No,
shell
but
shocked.
a little bit. But I stand by that. Like, and also when it was their bedtime at 10, I mean, my sister and my brother-in-law partied to the break of dawn.
Yeah.
It was really memorable for me. Like,
yeah.
It was still good, but that's the only thing I would condone. And like you said, like keep them to the family photos and hire a sitter. Like,
yeah, seriously,
take a peek on that if you're able to.
Yeah,
but
and I mean, and it's hard. Like I am Aunt Rach or Rachy or whatever to many children, right? Like, love them. Eric is like the closest thing I have to my own child, Madison's son. Like, I love him. He's not going to be there. Okay, he's not. You know, Miles, Florence, love you. Would love a pic with you. Let's do it the next day.
Yeah,
let's do it another time. Forrest, Oliver, you know, I would never want to miss a photo op with you two, but I want your parents there, present and drunk.
Mm-hmm. I stand by
Stay
that.
at home. Stay at home with Aunt Sierra. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not necessary. And I know you get a lot of pushback from parents, like the grandparents of those kids, because in their mind, these kids are going to be perfect angels and they're going to love it. But just try, I mean, fuck around with some boundaries in 2022.
Fuck around with some boundaries.
Fuck around with some boundaries and just say like, hey, I've heard this from a lot of people and I really want this day to be about like all of the adults in my life having fun, being present, and I feel like kids are going to get in the way of that. And I really want to have this conversation and I always say, plead your case. Yeah. Why do you want kids at the wedding? Mm-hmm. What is your hope? And then like, let's backtrack that. Like, because if it's just for pictures, hell yeah, let's get them there for pictures.
And that's it. Yeah.
You know,
we understand. But it's not something like, also if they're not old enough to ever remember it too. Yeah. Think about that. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Take a peek on that.
Take a peek. So I just want to bring that up.
Also, whatever you buy them, whatever, if it's a boy, if it's a girl and they're wearing pants, the knees are out. Okay. Yeah. I'm telling you the amount of times these kids slide on their knees.
Oh yeah.
And acting like it's the best thing they've ever done in their life.
And some,
I'm like, are you serious?
You got the rug burn at some
it's
venues.
All bad.
You get the like basketball skirts.
And let's be honest, like parents, like you're keeping them up and they're running rampant. Like I'm sure the night after that can't be great, or the next day.
Oh no,
you know,
high on sugar.
Yeah,
you don't even know how.
Sounds like a nightmare on their end, but
whatever.
What are we to say?
Tui Shazam.
Hey, Tui. The last thing I have, and we already kind of touched on it here, and we talk about it a lot on the pod, but I thought it'd be nice to wrap up with intentionality. That's definitely a do. You know, pandemic has taught us what really matters. So let's take those lessons as you plan your wedding for 2022. We're talking about details that mean something to you, and making it a personal experience. Mm-hmm. And, you know, focus your priorities as you guys as a couple that will shine through on your day. Mm-hmm. We talk about this a lot, personalizing your wedding, but I think it's what makes or breaks a good wedding and not, you know, I think as guests who are experiencing it, like they want to learn something more about you guys that they didn't know before they came in, and they want to leave there feeling a part of that. Mm-hmm. And you can do that by, you know, making them a little more a part of the day by sharing some personal experiences and things about you guys as a couple. So
yeah. And if you're like maybe more of an introverted couple, maybe you like there are ways to do this even before your wedding. Like have a really cool wedding website that, you know, is very on theme for you guys, that has, you know, like fun shit, you know, like you can make it you, and you can make these personal things beyond like putting on a show for other people. Like there are ways for you to like incorporate your personalities into what you're doing and like your story. Like, it's not just like your personality. Like, I mean, I think a lot of people, like, I love it when my couples are getting married at like breweries or whatever, because like that's their passion. That's what they love to do. They, you know, go to breweries on the weekends. They love, you know, that kind of atmosphere. And I think, yeah, intentionality is so important. And I think just like, I mean, even now, like with wedding planning, and I'm a professional, like it's so easy to get sucked down everything. Like I was almost making myself a wedding website, which I was just saying how that's a good thing. For me, I don't need a wedding website. I've got 4 months, 5 months. Like you know.
Especially with a smaller guest list. I think if you're managing more guests, it makes a little more sense. But
you get really sucked in. And I think every once in a while, maybe when you listen to our podcast, you can take a step back and be like, do I even like this? Do I even care? Am I going to stay up late at night thinking about this? No.
Take a peek.
Take a peek.
It's easy to get wrapped up in it. Believe me, it was me. And I'm just going to tell you because I can't change the past, but take my advice. Like I did lose sight of some things when I was planning. The perfectionist in me came out. Very rarely does it come out, but it did. And so was it all worth it? Yeah. But like, don't lose sleep over shit.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, is, you know, and Rach is telling you now, from this being her second wedding and me just going through, you know, mine.
Yeah.
It's like, we're telling you what we've learned, and we're telling you guys as friends. So we're telling you guys as someone who really cares about the whole process, because not only is it our job, but obviously we're passionate about it. So take a peek and really just focus on you. Don't have to lose sleep. Don't have to stress too much. Also reach out to a friend. Reach out to someone who just got married. We said that before in a podcast and one of our episodes. They can bring you down to earth.
Yeah. Friends that just know you well and be like,
reel you in.
Hey, have you noticed me lately? Have I lost my mind?
Yeah.
Because it happens. It's very easy.
Yes, absolutely. Friends who hold you accountable.
Yeah. And you deserve to have the wedding day that you want. You know, you deserve to
you're paying for it.
Yeah. Advocate for that.
Yeah. I love that.
So
there you guys go.
There we are. A little bit of wedding content.
Yeah. We said we were going to steer away from it, but obviously it is in our roots. And with weddings upcoming and Rach's, we had to little dabble into it.
It's our job. We're professionals.
Something like that.
We are in the wedding category of life. We know it. All right, guys. That's enough.
Yes. Hey, thank you guys for submitting your ideas for topics.
So good.
Those were great.
Also, another one I want to do, and I want to put an anonymous Google form for, is first dance psychoanalysis.
Oh, we're definitely getting into that.
We've been wanting to do this for a while, but be prepared to be roasted. Don't bring your first dance song to the table if you're not ready to be psychoanalyzed. Okay,
we are here for jokes, guys. Yeah. We are not comedians, but we like to think we are, and we're going to bring the heat. So let us psychoanalyze you in a very comedic, fun, lighthearted way. Tell us your first dance song. We're going to analyze your relationship, and I think it'll be funny.
Well, I'll put that up, and we'll get to that within the next few weeks.
Cool. Yeah.
That's it. Well, we're good at outros now.
We are. 2022, we're tightening up. Team Tight Pussy. This is For Better and Worse podcast. I'm Jess.
I'm Rach.
And we out.